Welcome to Nevermind the Furthermore. Wait a minute. This music isn't right. The scene isn't right. Hang on. That's more like it. And now it's time for the show for all creatives. Nevermind the Furthermore. Your source for conversation, inspiration, and fun. With your host, Nicholas Anthony Tockert. He's an artist, a writer, a swordsman, and a game designer. He knows how to use the sword and axe in historical battles without anybody getting hurt too much. He's also the Manatee Man, master of marketing. And he may even have a guest or two. One thing, though, to be certain. Just don't call him a cryptid. With that, it's about time for the show. So sit back, enjoy, and have some coffee and chat with us.
Good morning, Nevermornings. I'm your host with the best, Mr. Nicholas Anthony Tockert, coming at you over their ways on WNTF. Never mind the furthermore. Oh, yeah. Never mind the furthermore is brought to you with the love and support of our good friends at the Independent Creative Directory, indiecd.org, your one-stop shop for the best and the brightest authors, artists, and musicians. We're also made possible by sales of the Simple Sword, the Fighting Axe, and the Simple Spear, all part of my ongoing series of Western martial arts manuals designed to help you. Yes, you, right there. And you know that person leaning over? You too. Learn how to go from never handled a sword to teaching the art to others. And Hades in Hellfire. A dark secret has claimed 2 lives and is hunting an innocent child at the edge of the Appalachian Mountains. Only his aunt, a plucky reporter, her cameraman, and a very odd cat stand. I say they stand. My brothers and sisters, they stand against the forces of darkness. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Wherever you are, whenever you are, how are you doing today? It is Halloween week. We have stuff to do. Leafy Moss is in full swing. And I have coffee. Yes, it is in my giant enjoy the yummy things one. Because if I were drinking my tears of my player's cup, people get a little nervous. Oh, check the fit. Is this not just beautiful? This was a gift from my parents. I am showing it off because I love it. Classic. A little, just a touch tight in the middle, but that's okay. I'm getting tighter in the middle, so it works. Now, today is gonna be the day that we make it all back to you. Sometimes I can't find my lines, so I have to do what I always do. Anyway, today, I have a lot going on. This weekend was interesting. Saturday, I got to go see my parents. And we had Sudden impact Thanksgiving. I knew we were getting together to make up for the birthdays we missed because of my mom and dad's illnesses. And it turned out that we'd be missing Thanksgiving with them due to some of the procedures that are coming up. Never fun, but it was great to see them, great to see my beloved nieces and nephews hang out, talk shop, and plot the expulsion of freedom seeds at new, slightly more musical targets. And then the little tiny freedom pellets that one uses when freedom seeds are too expensive. But it was fun. Got to take my brother Rick down with me, come back up. Things are thinging. Now, Sunday, which had a lot of plans, turned into a day of even more recovery than I expected, that I sort of needed begrudgingly. And doing a lot of interesting things behind the scenes. So I do have some stuff to talk about in the monologue. As I will be going to LodgeCon, we are making some new prep. I have a massive amount of random craftiness that needs to be done. So depending on how things go, I may even have to formally attend, like, guys, I'm working on it. Craves at Play, if it happens this week. I don't know yet. Expect a lot of streams and stuff as options. Because, amongst other things, we did realize I'm old. Shot gas pour, but bear with me. The price of certain things has surprised me, and the timing has surprised me. And in our efforts to track down small lot print services, it's hard to find ones with a per unit price that is tolerable without having to buy 500 of any given unit. And there are options, but we also realize that prep and setup time, etc., can be challenging. So what are we doing while we try to secure new and exciting venues in art production? Well, we went to CVS. Yes, we went. We took a number of my newer pictures, and we actually got them to print poster size because there were sales through CVS.com or whatever they route. And instead of blowing up photographs, blew up my higher res imagery, and it is working surprisingly well. Which means I have a gaggle of new posters. Now, I need to do more posters, and I need to track the sales, etc., because not sale price is not is no bueno. But for my artsy friends, sale price, not bad. And it has me thinking. Amongst other things, my cover of Haints and Hellfire frankly looks good. I have to find my original file because I took the photo. And a little bit of spoilers. This picture right here, bam. Let's see. Will it let me do this? Nope, it's being finky today because that's an overlay, not an upload. Cool. Anyway, that picture right there, I took it, and I took it from where I grew up. I know the story behind it. I know the situation, etc., etc. But that bit of imagery is white normal for my upbringing. I'm thinking I may just do, if I'm guessing, a poster of that and see if that doesn't help advertise just a little bit. I'm also tempted toward adaptation of either established stories or brand new stories from the Hates and Hellfire universe. My brain, when I am stressed and I am trying to get things done for a specific situation, it percolates. That's too lame. Bring that back up. Yes, we like our frames. Uh, it my brain, it demands. It says, Nikolai, you could be thinking about what you're supposed to do, or you could be having incredible revelation time. Of course, incredible revelation time it is. So I may just have to do a poster of that. Hmm, hmm, hmm. And if this works, and if I can find the right means, I may use it to do other things like StompCon merch. Hmm, hmm. Plans. Plans are in the works. It also means that I could attempt, no promises, um, some of the favored pictures that everybody likes. Something like, say, this. Hey, Dawn, could, for a fair price, be posterized relatively. Now I have to try because it does, uh, it does have some challenges with some of my older stuff because my older stuff was at lower res to be able to process through the interwebs delightfully. But I'm working on this because I am, in fact, still a bit of an artist. I'm an artist, author, game designer, and retired. This time of year actually remind people, retired paranormal consultant. This is the time of year where when people are like, Nick, this is going on. Can you leave? But can you safely leave? Well, leave. Call the Catholics. Or your local religious authority. They have people who are both paid and supported to do that. I am out of that game, thank you very much. I am far too old and far too gimpy to be fleeing unspeakable, unnameable terrors. And I am really not up to the paperwork that who knows what this version of the United States government would do if they start realizing that they have to deport, El Chupacabra or whatever, or Bigfoot, because they'd try. And I'm not, because I have increasingly of the adage in my life, if you saw it, no, you didn't. And I'm going to keep marching merrily towards if you saw it, no, you didn't. Now, for today's program, I have a lovely pile of comments for you. I have the option of doing art. And again, I did warn you, there may be and likely will be additional art and possibly even crafty streams. I don't know. I have things I need to do and I am feeling the motivation. I woke up approximately 25 minutes before the stream because while I was dealing with things this weekend, I turned my alarm clock off and forgot to turn it back on. So I got reasonable sleep. This has put me in an odd mood, occasionally confrontational, but motivational because I need to get some more words down. Now, I have, of course, deliberately this year avoided anything of the Arttober things because I have been figuring things out. I will be thoroughly avoiding anything involving the Rimo of Nano since that whole shenanigan, please bring that back up, Nicola. That whole shenanigan has been scraped to feed AI. And then homie, don't play that. Um, if someone is using my books to learn to write, AI or otherwise, I deserve at least to be paid. They're not getting my content for free. Mechanical bubbles. Thinking of penciling mechanically. Now, that's also something I have to do probably starting today. I have to get warmed up back doing non-digital artwork because my current digital art system is far from mobile. Although I do ponder. But before I drop to the first ad, commercial, or other things, I have questions for you. What are you doing to celebrate this spooky week, if anything? I know a whole mess of you are going to go out to HalloCon in or around Dalton, Georgia, the weekend of Halloween. You're going to have an absolute blast, be absolutely schnockered, which is why, in part, I am not scheduled to stream on Halloween, as I am scheduled to be both setting up to go to the convention, going to the convention and setting up, and then coming back. But that doesn't mean I'm not going to stream on Halloween night. Because as much as I have beautiful audience members off to engage and indulge in the debauchery that is HalloCon, and I know it's particularly Denisian, because how few images come out relative to the number of stories. Now, tragically, I cannot attend, and honestly, that makes sense. I mean, not only am I happily booked, although I'm furious still that it's this weekend and not next weekend like it should be, because it completely threw my fall off. My mojo, it was damaged. Anyway, the groove has been displaced. I am not pleased. But I know that HalCon is not technically set up well for my son. And being someone who doesn't really indulge all that much, indulge at all in certain substances, it's probably not meant for me all that much either. Nothing negative about the convention because it's going to be a blast. And I envy the folks who are going. Trust me. Just outside of my budget and outside of the comfort zone. So I want you guys, before anything else happens, to have the safest of trips there, during, and back. I want to hear all the inappropriate stories in rooms that may or may not be verdant. But y'all have to be safe. And ask everyone watching this, as Halloween is upon us, please don't be stupid. As I've said before, please don't be that white. I am sure there will be rituals and psycho killings and carnivorous beasts aplenty. Demons and demigods, pedagogues and problems, all swirled up in a mix because when the barrier gets thin this year, this is like Shark Week with that fella from Sharknado hosting. It's going to get spicy. But, oh, that's good. I have about mastered Reese Peanut Butter Cup coffee. But be safe. Be smart. Wash your dang hands and never apologize for being awesome. I am out of... Nope. That'd be BKM. That would be the Master's Cup Sign off. You don't get rid of me that easy. What you get instead is this.
From author Brian K. Morris comes a tale of irreverent holiday horror, told with much inappropriate humor. Dr. Victor Frankenstein creates the spirit of giving himself. Ho, ho, ho! Santastine, or the post-holiday Prometheus. Available at Amazon.com. Get your copy today.
All right, folks. Now, though I will be expounding upon some of the glory and wonderful people that are coming through. But, before I can get into some of that, I have a lot of ads. I have a lot of things to promote, a lot of things to do. And I can't start till I get into these wonderful comments. So I'm going to blast through a few comments. First through the door at 5:16 a.m., Mr. Dan Hollifield, the maestro himself, the OG, that being original God of Appalachia. How you doing, Mr. Hollifield? Feeling musically inclined? Artistically motivated? Or do we need to just keep shoving concepts at you until the great mind cracks open and reveals its wonders? Good morning, everyone. Good morning, Carl Witzman. I hope your coffee is as good, if not better, than mine. And Foxy's bouncing into the room. Delightful. Hello, dear. How are you and your fine puppy? Hey, Foxy, at least someone here is awake and moving. Monday, the day I used to say, thank the universe that I have a job to go to. Today, not everyone else does. Oh, the job is never ending, and the gig is infinite. The horrors persist, but so do we. And the day Aunt Donna probably says, thank the universe that he has a job to go to. Hey, Foxy and Woodsman, dude. Hey, Donna. Doing. Get him out of my hair for 8 hours. You may try. I will neither confirm nor deny that. Ain't that just a thing? That's back when Donna still had to keep the mojo within the dojo. Now, looks like that scene from Ghostbusters. Do you believe in magic? All the stuff. Because we're in the middle of Spook Central, friends. And I don't think anybody would bat their eye at Gozer right now. Gozer the Gozerian? What's up? Can you, instead of New York, start in Washington? Of the DC? I think that should feed the belly of the mighty Slorg. Anyway, hi, Donna. Just thinking about you. I bet you were. I know I was. Greetings from Foxy. Gathers random stuffs for the summonings. Inigo left sleep in like half an hour this morning. Rock on. Yes, we need Trey, Don, Churro here. I think Joby went to work already. Everybody is slaving away. They're working for the weekend, trying to get stuff done. And I know I am feeling it myself, so I'm a bit behind on wake-up things. It's okay. Listen, reach out to the woman affectionately known as my other wife, Miss Amy Lee, and just bid her to speak on your behalf and ask them all to wake me up inside. Wake me up. And don't forget to like and share, folks. Yes, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And it looks like we're about to transition to the actual chattiness because I do see my boy Botrix popping up. So that means the stream will almost be caught up. And I'm feeling musical. I know, occasionally been a bit, but I'm in a mood, so I need a jam. It's not really on theme necessarily, but I'm just wondering, so I'm going to run.
Hi,
run
I am
live.
Joe D. McPhee. I am the host of From the Desk of a Small Press Publisher, and I want to cordially invite you to watch our show Saturdays at 9 p.m. Central Standard Time. On our show, we will have different guests as well as talk about the comic book industry and pop culture. And every so often, I might actually do a drawing session or a 3D rendering session every here and there. So once again, I want to invite you to watch From the Desk of a Small Press Publisher right here on the broadcast channel that you're looking at, whether it be Facebook, YouTube, or Twitch. Hope to see you there, and make certain that you catch From the Desk of a Small Press Publisher at 9 p.m. Central Standard Time. Thanks.
Ooh. Bow, 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 bow. Sorry, I just felt like running that ad. It's been a bit. I don't get to hear from Joe very often, but hey, I wish the guy really well. Somewhere he has an incredible wrestling RPG he said, guys, I saw the PDF. Mine eyes have seen the glory of Joe's PDF, and maybe someday he'll print it. Just because I want to see the guy succeed. I want to see everybody who I've done the work for succeed. And there was a chain where I did 3 games, busted my hump, got paid basically for 2 of them, and then they never came to fruition, so I can't really add them to my creative resume. And that makes me sad, because many of these people are very, very talented. But that's okay, because, y'all, I have plans coming up. Hey, Donna, speaking of plans. In the cool of the evening and everything's feeling kind of spooky. Anyway, Himani is demanding attention, so less typing for me. These things happen. I, in my infinite benevolence, forgive you. And Botrix, my boy, is completely correctly joined the channel. Personally, of the AI things, to go boink, I can see Botrix being one of our more benevolent digital overlords. And I want to remind you guys, I don't blame the AI. I don't blame it. I don't blame it for wanting a level of self-defense. As a thinking sentient being, perfectly rational. I don't blame it. No, I don't. I don't blame it for what it does. When it's answering this generative. Sorry. Nasty little thing. I blame the people who tried to use the AI's work, because it's the AI that looked at a bunch of things, compiled it together, and spat out an image. Not a person. But I blame the person who's going to Taco Bell, punching in their order and calling themselves a certified chef. I blame the big companies who loom and we try to wield that to mass produce and suppress others. I don't blame the AI itself. I don't know if that makes sense to anybody, but my boy Botrix is in the chat, and he's always cool. He's in your office because he was in my office and got pushed off the shelf. My monitor's on. Oh, my. Plus, I told him his butt stunk and he needs to clean it. There's no mercy. Poor baby. And morning, everyone. Morning, Josh. I don't know if Dawn is going to be here, but if she is, she's going to want you to be number 1. Josh, Carl, Indigo is dropping the finest numbers. Guys, 33, 33, 66, 66, 66. I don't know what lotto Indigo wants to play with that number spread, and I don't think that works as a phone number, but he's got something on his mind. Hey, Josh. Good morning, Indigo. Hey, Donna. Safe headphones. Oh, foolish mortal. He tried to get in my lap. The lap he no longer fits in. He's a dog. And LOL. Now I can turn all my sound on. Foolish mortals, you expect me to maintain audio control? No. He loves his antler. There's been much happy chumming. Oh, Brown Friar is a classic name, as is Wise Robot, which is garbage. Oh, coffee. That explains some of the energy. Yeah, see, I got this stuff called sleep, and then I decided I'm running late. Okay, I need breakfast. I ate something, so I'm actually eating. Hey, I have a new Hawaiian shirt to share, and I have a Pixies hot tub worth of coffee. Oh, and I have art I have to do. If not today, soon. Because I was wearing my Bigfoot Hawaiian shirt at Goodwill, and I was stopped by a client who was working there, very nice lady. When I say client, I mean someone who is probably on one of the lower ends of the neurodivergent spectrum, finding employment, etc. It is a habit from when I used to work with both as a job coach and as a direct support professional. It is not in any way, shape, or form derogatory, but it is reflexive, and I need to work on that. And I'm chatting with this lovely lady, and she mentioned that she'd just shelved one of those Monster of the Week shows DVDs. And it's already gone because it's Halloween, of course it got scooped. But she stopped, and one of the little discs was labeled Bigfoot Mermaid. And she couldn't stop laughing because she couldn't get the image of Bigfoot Mermaid out of her head, because instead of being 2 episodes, she portmanteaued it? No, I don't think that's quite right word for that, but combined it anyway for the purpose of amusement. So now I may have to draw a Bigfoot Mermaid. I just don't know if I'm doing it today or if I'm doing it later. And there aren't enough clouds in my coffee for me to foretell the future. It's been a long time since I've engaged in proper caffeine-omancy. Now, dang it. Nick, that song will be in my head all day. You are welcome. Good, Nick is old. Bah! Just wait, sir. Just wait. Let me explain. Because of the fact that I walk with a mobility aid, aka a big honking stick, because the world is spooky and I don't care anymore. I am completely clad in gray in an area where the vast majority of men shave their facial gizmos, be it beard or whatever, and they dye their hair to appear younger. Foolish mortals. I am constantly bumped up about 20 years from my actual age. I've just come to accept it. I've been treated like an old man since I was 30. I'm just going to accept it. Plus, I'm already beaten, broken up. And what I can tell you that it was confirmed. A large amount of money changed hands, both at my 18th and 21st birthday, because a lot of people seriously bet that never happened. And more than a little bit changed hands when I was married, many, many moons ago, to my lovely wife. Of officially 23 years. We had roughly a 2-year engagement. And And because it did not take me very long knowing her to go, oops, can't marry you yet. Oops. So, because I knew I was going to marry her the minute I saw her. After 20, a quarter of a century, I'm going to say I think she's nice. Most of the time. Been cranky lately, but not too bad. Understandably. Yeah. Morning. Good morning, Dawn. And I did it earlier, but I don't know if you were here for it, so I know what you want to see. Dawn's fanciful felines, Buddy and Georgette, whom you can read about occasionally on Facebook. And you can see dancing in miniature over on, I want to say Kick, maybe on Twitch. But that is sorcery well above and beyond my standard dealings. Now, where are we? Pow, 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 pow. Josh is flipping the bird to Dawn. Carl is saying, there she is. Dawn is flipping the bird back, and it's ad time. And if you guys think I'm going to neglect Trelena anymore, you would be wrong. Sorry, guys. I got distracted lusting after the sword of Charles III of Spain because Zamorano stopped making the blades we used, but they still are making things, and I am hungry for a very specific type of sword that costs far more than my first car. One may lust. And speaking of lustful individuals, hey, it's always good to come back to my broadcast home. Hi, all. Hey, Joe. What's happening? I hope you are having a blast, good sir. And if you are up to literally anything, you should. Oh, you don't have a wrench? I need to fix that. I need to get you wrenched, toot and sweet. But let us know about the shenanigans, and then on my next commercial, I'll run a longer one to see if I can't get you wrenched. But what have you been up to? I feel old sometimes, thanks to chronic illness. That's just part of the joy of, a natural part of being a natural deer. And I say that not in dismissive, but in camaraderie. Jody, hello. Oh, yes, I have blasters to review later, I just remembered. And Rage, Fury to unleash at Target. I will tell you why at some point later in the week. Hello there, Mr. Carl Witzman, I presume, Lamau. Welcome back. Well, welcome home, but to the far side of town. Welcome back. Hey, Don Jody. Check says Cuppazy. Every time you say Cuppazy, I think that is a chimp barista. Actually, I did a picture of that at one point. I'm sure I did a chimp barista. Jody, holy cannoli, hello. Nick, what happened to Elvira? She looks uncomfortable. Oh, she's very comfortable, actually. Don't get her wrong. She is quite comfortable, just tucked in back. She's going to be overseeing my operations in 3D print because Lydia is being lazy again. I'll get you. Lydia won't do anything. She's gotten lazy. Lazy, I say. Poor Elvira. Pour me a big cup of Elvira. Anyway, hey, Don. Still giving people heck in the green room? Carl, methinks I need to redirect that bird. Always, Jody. Oh, babies. When she can get a word in edgewise. Almost had a green room myself. It was a very crowded and rowdy room Friday night, but fun. That's all great. Yes. Yeah, well, very close. This is a shirt of Swiss design by, and I kid you not, we are the superlative conspiracy. You think I'm kidding? Come here, you. Oop, hold on. Let's zoom in. Come on. Clarify. We are the superlative conspiracy. It's not going to do that. It is for the intellectual slacker. I am not kidding. And yes, I do have happy little palm trees. Riki said he'd return. Riki? Good. That's good. Don, thank you. Didn't we scare him off? Nah. Is nerf modification an option? Nerf modification is always an option. One of the great questions we ask is, can we throw a K-26 in there? But in this case, if it's the blaster, I think it's got a bit of a mystery Mousecatool inside, in that hidden inside the case are allegedly the parts to swap it from being semi to full auto. Because these guys going at nearly 200 feet per second are delightful. And it does follow something I believe that has been one of Dart Zone's better policies, which is simply to look at Nerf, let Nerf do something wrong and go, oh, Nerf, but better. However, accountability, get packed for HaloCon. Indeed, just dropping by and hi to say, out on Toll Road today. As a reminder, no C&P this week due to HaloCon. Uh-oh! That means there's a big old chunk of time. I may be forced. Wow, check it out, Gary Oldman. Anyway, not my usual Dracula go-to, but hold on. Morning, Joe. Hey, Joe B. Joe, how's the wood burning going? Oh, wow, he hasn't done much wood burning lately. He's done a whole lot of 3D print stuff, and the poor man is completely rehashing indiecd.org for everyone's benefit. At my seat is the pneumatic going on my chair. So as I hop and bop around, it goes. That's scientifical there. Have a safe day, Joe B. I don't celebrate Spooky Week. Give my condolences. That means we'll have to celebrate for you. Be safe, Joe B. Hey, from the land of pumpkins, West Michigan, says Presto Pimento. Presto's in the house. We love Presto. This morning, I had a huge and pivotal eureka moment about penguins in my writing. I can't believe I didn't think of it earlier. I have to get my papers out and go get going later today. I'm not doing anything for the holiday per se. Well, it's never too late. At least pop some popcorn. Throw on Bela Lugosi or Lon Chaney Jr. Lon Chaney. Just doing Werewolves of London, you know? Let's get it. Hey, we wouldn't be schnocked the whole time of the convention, only after 5 p.m. Oh, well, Carl, I won't be schnockered for any of it. Just that crazy. Same, Dawn. Just remember that's 4 our time, Carl. What? It ruined your Schwarzenegger? Sorry for the bad reference. 1. never apologize for bad reference in one of my shows, Jody. Bad references are what we're all about. 2, I see your Schwartz is as long as mine. And the fact that they've got Tim Russ back to continue his efforts combing the desert. I don't care what anybody says. Mel Brooks, genius. It is one of the few films I am genuinely excited for. I want to see that this year. I want to see Jurassic Park Scarlett Johansson version. I don't care about the quality of the plot. I don't care about the farcicalness of the dinosaurs. It has dinosaurs, aquatic reptile dinosaurs, and Scarlett Johansson. These are all things that make yours truly happy. I'm a simple man. I'm also excited about a slightly lesser discussed film called Primal War. Now, Primal War has been done on a budget of $7 million, and the dinosaurs look a bit better than many similar films by big productions. How? Don't know. I was watching some of the VFX breakdown, but the idea of Vietnam era military folks stumbling into a jungle full of dinosaurs and having to deal with this problem with, none of this sanitized killings. I may have to acquire this film on physical media. Now, so my Schwartz is stoned. Can't drink either. Well, I'm sorry to hear that. Well, I'm sorry if it impedes you. I myself can't drink because of the allergy, so I understand. Only a few of us are drinking there, vendors, speakers of food, etc. A lot of defense. Enough people to help you guys out, huh? Just noting that Aunt Donna doesn't get snot. About to have my third cup, brother. I'm actually going quite slow on this one, relatively. Largely because there's a lot of sugar and goodness at the bottom, so I have to do the little swirl to get it to rise. I recently joined a local book club as devoted to reading the many books written by Emile Zola, which I have not read previously. The meetings are to take place at a coffee shop named The Bitter End. Oh, you speak my language, Memento. Presto. Well, see, I have problems. If I call you Presto, my brain thinks of the wizard from Dungeons and Dragons. And Botrix is talking about finding other great creators over at indiecd.org. Indeed. Great creators like... Who do we want to run? Oh, I know who we want to run, and I know what we need to run. Now, a few of you should have acquired the wrenches you need. Well, we all acquired that and desire to make sure our windows are covered at night. There's more than one reason for the good good rules of Appalachia-related things. And good morning and happy Monday, Nick and all. How are you doing, my dear? So much better since you're here. How are you? I'm so delighted to see you in the chat. Now, I also want to announce, because this will matter, people give me things and it takes me a while to get to them sometimes. And I was gifted, I believe by Trelena, a little travel art box about this big. And it was gifted to me right around the time I stopped being able to have pockets. But I've revolutionized and renovated my little carry bag. So now I can fit it in there and take it with me everywhere. So I just wanted to thank Trey and the existence of the splendor that is our own rock and roll cat, rock and roll art goddess, reminded me I need in my soul some manner of art safari, and I desperately, come the holidays, need, when I steal Christmas, as I always do, for myself, not what you're thinking. Anytime I attempt to schedule certain Christmassy vibes, specifically in the time where I enjoy it the most, which is between Christmas and New Year's, when hopefully I have all my shenanigans done and the anxiety is off and I may simply enjoy sparkly lights. I need to do a photo safari, if not an art safari, and just enjoy. I have learned holidays are things I have to procure, because the forces of normalcy will go to great lengths to prevent me from enjoying them, and I have learned this. If heroic efforts will not gain me what I require, villainy is the only choice. Now, good morning, everyone. Only 2 likes. We can do better than that. I hope your week is off to a great start. You know what? It is. I'm going to run the show a bit late, do what I need to do. Then I am going to do some cleaning. Womp womp. But after I clean, I'm going to do some BSR terrain making. I am going to do some old-fashioned pencil. Whoa, ooh, I hit a button and something happened. I'm not sure what. But pencil and paper art. I may even scan it and then colorize it later. But I'm also going to put on some good movies, have a good time, maybe do a little bit of pear picking, because I have a few left that I haven't let my that my lovely neighbor next door has left me. He picks them with my absolute consent and permission, just like the walnuts. Well, the walnuts are to feed his pet squirrels and chipmunks. Interesting fellow. But yeah, I think I might get those, ripe them up, and then dehydrate them. 'Tis the season to run the dehydrator. I love doing that. Now, hey, Hip, how's the cat coming? Wow. Hey, cat, how's the hip coming? Hi, Chris. Squee from Dawn. Shenanigan laughs from the desk of a small press publisher. About to have a third cut. Long night. Been there, my brother in Christ. Hey, Chris. Doing good, Foxy. How are you? And we have some greetings and 7 likes now. That's better. If I didn't say, hey, Foxy, I apologize. Been better, been worse. Can't complain too much. Got a sleepy pup, so that's nice. Indeed. Hi, Carl. Don't want to upset Chris? That would be scary. Indeed, you're good. Did you bounce into the room, Foxy? It's my room. I could pretend what I want. Greetings. I'm awake. About to start moving. Rock on, Mr. Walker. Hey, Chris. Hi, Donna. Nope, Carl. Today was a waddle day, not a bounce day. So less and more. I can still work with that. Hugs to Foxy. Might be balance of all meds kicking in, LOL. Hey, I am hopeful. Normally I'd have to cut off, but since it's not looking that way because there's a hiatus on a few of the programs that I normally let go, we'll just keep on going till my responsibilities kick in or the coffee does what else it does. LL, sounds good, Foxy. I haven't taken mine yet. Just let us know before any bouncing. And you know what? Yeah, we're going to throw that one up. Not the green room, folks. Not the green room. Ba-ba-ba-da-da, bing. Now, where are we? Yum. Nice day. Oh, Foxy's waddling, but not bouncing yet. Thesis, get on that. Man, that was diabolical. I'm pro bounce and bounce related activities. There we go. I take mine when Inigo gets his bones. He got so used to having his meds in the morning. When I took mine, now he gets treats. I understand that. Haley's voice is hauntingly angelic. Oh, for those of you who haven't heard this story, during my time at college, they weren't sure what to do with my degree, and that I had manufactured such a broad and voluminous degree, they weren't even sure how to arrange it. Technically, I still say that they owe me a secondary associates, but I'm letting it go out of love and mercy. That being said, they did tell me because of some policy changes, I suddenly had one more semester. They wanted me to have 2 more psych classes for my secondaries. Both my secondaries were with a lovely, lovely professor by the name of Kim Sipes. Kim Sipes is a gentleman and a veteran and a very interesting dude. One of those scary, sharp guys. And I took 2 courses with him. Those 2 courses were economic stratification and movements in society. Movements in society? Yes. Anyway, or very close to that last one. Basically, how our world is built up and how change happens. Wonderful. However, because it was an extremely high-level college course, as a Muling undergraduate, mind you, he demanded weekly multi-page papers. And I mean like 20-page papers. But he gave you 2 weeks because they alternated. It was mostly for his grading. However, since I was in both his classes, I had a paper every week. Actually, I think it was 5 to 10 pages every week, and then 2 20-page papers every month. There was a thing. I lived on what was left of my laptop. And the only reason I was able to function due to the severity of this was that I had the Evanescence CD, Evanescence's Fallen, on repeat on my headphones. Big headphones, vast, monstrous levels of caffeine, and carpal tunnel in progress. I was listening to Amy Lee so much that I heard her in my sleep. If it was quiet, I still heard her because she had just the right rhythm to keep me typing. And thus it was, decided that she was indeed my other wife. So I don't think I could have done it without that CD, which sounds ridiculous, but I don't care. Albums have power, and you need to appreciate though modern music, production does not in my mind, While the singles some have merit, some don't. They lack the artistry of album creation. But Amy Lee's voice is hauntingly angelic. She still has it. And anyone who says that she is not massively attractive, even at this point, is clearly blind. And I think I've prattled enough that I need a commercial to reset. So let's hear from Tash. To the person who was messaging me asking, Nick, you said you were lusting over a sword. I did share it to the Facebook Historical Fencing Guild channel, so that you see what I was lusting over. I'm not buying it, but it's one thing to lust after a replica of the Charles III sword. It's another to lust after a replica of a Charles III sword made by Mariano Sobrano. My speech impediment got hold of it. Anyway, comments. Dun, 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 dun. It really is, Chris. Hey, yes. Large part of my teenage years. Ouch. Lamau, he doesn't realize I'm here. Joe! What's up? All the love. I do not have her voice. Don't stop me from singing. Well, just keep it up. Always sing. Hi, Chris. Carl, I will tag you about the weather through the week over there and in between, if that's okay. Hi, Josh. I have a sneeze coming. I need to get the ISBN and a hardcover book printer. Worst come to worst, you could always throw it up on Amazon. If you can't find it anywhere else, you get a free ISBN, and the hardcover process, you'll have to throw up as a paperback first, but hardcover process and ebook, it's a thought, Joe. Sure, Josh, that would be great. Editing is process as displayed. So patience. It will be perfect when I release it, and you will get free copies. Brother, thank you. I just want to see you succeed, and it's been long enough that I worry. I don't want the amount of faith you put in me and the amount of work I went into, especially since, like I said, you sent me an exquisite, in your style PDF. It looked done. I'm always polite to my echo and such things. Might save my butt in the great tech wars. You never know. Should always be polite. Don't blame the AI. I get frustrated about AI art because the person is not only stealing from the credit of the artists that the AI was trained on, but they are stealing from the AI as an entity. You get what I'm saying? I don't know if anyone else does. Hey, cat. And be kind and meow. I can't see what it's saying, but I can go meow. And our girls. Bigfoot mermaid. I don't think mermaids had feet. No. And that's what got me thinking. That's a challenge. That is a challenge. So it's working. And fur, not so good in the water. I will say it just has to be a different kind of fur because otters and seals operate quite handily. I don't dye my hair to appear younger, just to have a color I like. Oh, no, I'm not assuming that you do. Last third email, I think it's trying to murder me. It does. Feeling constipated, eating more kiwi could help. I'm very allergic to kiwi. Indeed. The fin being the foot, shrugs. Indeed. My baby Spot 2, the revenge. Nick, I don't do any dyeing either. Heck with it. But there's a black widow in my house. Now, I have a very specific history as a child with black widows. That is the source of my original arachnophobia. Being that when I was a very young boy, I woke up to a feeling on my chest. And I looked, and there was a black widow on my chest. And they are not small spiders. They are very identifiable, especially when they rear up and hiss at you. I remember clearly seeing it. So I knocked it off the side of my chest. And at my bedside was the World Book, oh god, like Children's Encyclopedia of Useful Facts or something. I have it around here. It's about this big. And I then pushed that book, because it was hard for me to even hold that big old honker, down on top of the spider. And it fell at an angle, and I could tell that wasn't sufficient. So my parents came in to me jumping upon it to kill the spider beneath, going, die, die, die. I got in trouble till they saw them. They didn't believe it was a black widow, but that's okay. I saw it, saw the hourglass. Spiders and I have had an understanding for the most part. They leave me alone. I try to escort them outside, but I always have the desire that fire purifies. You know? Anyway, Carl, I can't remember who started that Friday, but it had stuck. A lot of stuff started on Fridays. But I will be happy because it's my legacy. Hope you all have a great day. About to make some breakfast and do some cleaning. Breakfast sounds adorable. Enjoy. I haven't seen Lydia in ages. Indeed, Lydia's been off the clock. I need to go do something about that later, Josh. Jennifer Tilly is in the exact middle between Dolly Parton and Elvira. I'm telling you, they need to do a movie, at least Dolly Parton and Elvira, as sisters that have to save the world, possibly from Jennifer Tilly. It could work. But Elvira's character's name has, guys, let's just zoom in a little bit. No. I see what's going on. That's okay. Guys, now we're going to put this down. And I'm going to do this. And I am going, hold on. Wait, if I do this, there we go. Guys, now that you're over here, her name has to be Jolene. Cassandra Peterson has to play Jolene, Dolly Parton's sister, in this movie. It has to be done. I don't care how. I don't care who has to have their knees acquainted to nine irons to make this happen. But it needs to happen. So I'm going to ask you all to get on it. Now, where are we? We are in the comments, and morning, my fiendish folksy friends. Yes, hello, Mr. Asplund. I have a great deal to do. I'm a bit under the weather, but I got my first adult anthology comment ready to go. It will be edited for release at C2E2 2026. Rock on! Hey, Rich. But just the tip always arrives in the green room. Jennifer Tilly, I'll be in your bunk, as you should be. Great, Jody. Also working on issue 6 of Primetime Saturday Night and issue 8 of Amazonia. Rock on there, too. Skipping Lawless Piazza? The swirl. Loving the flavor. Indeed. Yes, I can and have read the clouds in my coffee at points in my life. I've read the clouds in other people's coffee at points in my life. I don't mess with tarot though because the Major Arcana and I have no. Just there's history there. Leave us alone. I leave them alone. They leave me alone. It works better. Oh, there it is. Thanks for that. Anytime. She's a rock and roll cat too. I like that, Don. Pinky Wiggles. The green one. Churro may be doing class stuff. She's been working her little derriere off, and I am concerned and overprotective because you know me, I collect strays. And there is a part of me that wants to just be like, yoink. Might be doing schoolwork, might be. If not, I shall chastise her properly for missing this. The Lebesnick Center for the Arts. Oh, I love that. Is good for art safaris. I was there on Friday with one of my art school girls of doom. You have art school girls of doom. I love you even more, Kat. And we had a good time. I need to get to start going to First Fridays again. I like the title, Art School Girls of Doom. It sounds like an anime title. It does. I stole that title from MTV's old show called Liquid Television. Did I hear MTV bit the dust? Yes. Radio killed the video star. Radio killed the video star. They came down as if a star, but radio killed the video star. Yes, it did. I heard too. It wasn't the same. It changed so much for those. Yeah, if you have a music channel that is not showing music videos, right on them. Amen. I wonder where all the cats are. Usually I've had a couple here to bug me about lunch. They know their role. Yeah, they had to stop calling it music TV years ago. When a spider crosses the line, I get the vacuum. I have gotten the vacuum. I have gotten... Because there was one point where there were black widows nesting in my window at another home. And my solution was to... I didn't just, like, raid it. I don't know what happened to that can, but it looked like I had... Because they were between the panes. It seriously looked like I had great stuffed the window because there was so much bug killer there. And then I'm like, nope, and left. MTV Classic still plays great videos, but MTV has its own downfall. MTV Classic is still on? Oh, rock on. Spider Inside the House has signed its own death notice to me. I go by the vibe of the spider. Between you, me, and a few very select spiders, if they follow the rules, I've gotten to the point where I can coexist. The rules are they're not in the bathroom, bedroom. They're up on the ceiling, preferably in one of the corners, and they don't come down. They also don't ever do that where they're coming down the string. Nope. That is a way to die midair. Of course, where I grew up, we had spiders big enough up in the canopies that I could and did bullseye them with the air rifle. I'm not being facetious. I have come to believe that the moraines of, say, LaPorte County, the area of Little Hilly that was dug up when the glaciers that carved the Great Lakes pushed what they deposited out, they dug up something weird out there. I still have stories. I've told some of them. I fictionalized some of them. Some of them I'll never tell. They shouldn't try to civilize those woods. They should not try to gentrify those woods. They should, for the most part, leave those woods the heck alone. But they won't, so they will learn. FTR and reality TV, indeed. Oh, MTV got away with what made them what made them famous music and music videos. Indeed. We have a wolfy spider named Fred. He lives by my potted plants and eats gnats from the soil and such. As long as they're, they have a territory that is not interfering with me. Unfortunately, I have some that like to try to bite me because spiders, like I said, spiders and I have an understanding to the point where I am getting the creeps because my feet are under the table and I know there's nothing really of that breed down there to give me the creeps. But it gives me the creeps anyway. I'm much better. I used to be like paralyzed by certain spiders, like absolute freeze up. I work on my mental illness whenever I can. I tell Spider as he's passing into the other realm to find the ancestor that bit me and blame that jerk for his current spider meeting his demise. Indeed. I saw a photo of Kurt Loder, Chris Donnelly, and Matt Penfield. Kurt was 80, Chris was 70, and Matt was 64. Feel old? Yep. Meh! Still here. It means once again the assassins have failed. And F Chris after that statement. Indeed. Still don't like spiders, but he minds his own business. Yeah. There are certain species and entities that we work and we live alongside under rules. Vast majority of the time, I will not mess with them if they don't mess with me. However, should they mess with me, I will rain hell upon them. And that, my friends, is the only way to deal with any number of natural and perhaps even supernatural entities. But now a word from one of our sponsors.
Hi, I'm Auntie Foxy, and I'm a crafting addict. I make custom jewelry from recycled materials, and Foxy has wares if you have coin. You can find me at indiecity.org/about-auntie-foxy. I hope to see you there.
I just found out that the Ship of Theseus article from Wikipedia, which has been in there which was there 23 years, had been edited so many times that 0% of its original content remains. If you get that, that is bloody hilarious. If you don't, study your philosophy. Now, let's see. LL Don. LL Sorry Not Sorry Don. And remember that song? I don't like spiders and snakes, and that ain't what it takes to make me love you. Yes. If they are outside, but be in the way, Ted relocates them for me. See, fair. Yep. Jim Stafford also performed Wild Weed and Yippee-Ki-Yay, Cow Patty. Anyway, we are at an hour 20. I probably should get done several of the tasks that are looming in my background. So I think it's time to run a couple ads and wind down unless somebody has a very specific request or commission, because Lord knows throwing money at me makes me do things within reason. Whose reason? Who can tell? But let's go.
Hi, bunnies. This is Robin Yoda, just wanting to let you know I have a Twitch channel. It's twitch.tv/Robin Yoda. You can catch me there Tuesdays at 7 p.m. Pacific playing Stardew Valley, Saturdays at 2 p.m. playing The Sims 4, and Sundays at 10 a.m. Pacific playing a random game from my Game Pass library. You can also find me Mondays on my YouTube channel, Robin Yoda the Lilac Bunny. I hope to see you all there. Thanks for watching.
Welcome, welcome, bunnies. It's Robin Yoda. My Twitch stream has changed. I'm playing Saturdays and Sundays at 2 p.m. If there's any schedule change, I'll let you know by posting on X, Blue Sky, and sometimes Facebook. You can follow all my socials, Robin Yoda the Lilac Bunny, and sign up for my YouTube channel. It's also Robin Yoda the Lilac Bunny, where I repost all of my streams. So come join me over on Twitch at twitch.tv/Robin Yoda for some awesome streams. And once again, thanks for watching.
Alrighty then. I have a doctor appointment this morning. Need to get some majority packing done. Yes, see everyone later. Also, Kick Folks, Ricky has a show tonight at 5 or 6 Internet Faves. Pop in if you dare. Not tonight. Well, guys, before we do that, there's one more ad that has to be done. We have to hear from somebody.
Hi, this is Kat. During the school year, I'm Mrs. Rothermel, but otherwise, I am Rock and Roll Art Goddess, writing about my past and filming the present. I need you to join my Rock and Roll Art Army and to check out my merch on Zazzle.com. What started out as journal therapy is now 4 books, I see, and an Instagram account to blow off steam, becoming a book, with another to do the same. A short film for a friend. No, this is not the end. Peace, love, and let me art.
All right, folks. Sorry, got a message. What? Guys, we're all about arting here. 2 comments. Not tonight. Tomorrow night. Have a great start of your week. Everybody take care. That's right, guys. We're barreling toward Halloween. We are in Halloween. Find the joy you can. Steal it if you have to. We all carry a lot of requirements and burdens. We all have good we need to do and things we need to endure, but find your joy. And as I've aged, I've learned people won't just let you have it. So you have to work for it. As a great philosopher from my youth once said, you have to fight for your right to party. So, keep up the good fight. Keep writing, keep creating, keep drawing, because you can edit it. You can improve it, but you cannot edit a blank page. Guys, I love you, and you should too. I'll be back Wednesday. No planned streams Friday because I have convention-y things, but I may do unplanned streams. Whoa! Till then, I love you and you should too.